Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta.
Hello. In the spirit of kindness, we want to always be compassionate to one another, and we want to listen to one another. And we hope you will give us the opportunity to share some little tidbits with you, and you will listen to us today.
Yes, thank you so much for that, Gloria. Always nice to be reminded. And everyone, you know what we're going to say to you every week if you're returning. Thank you so much for supporting us. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumb icon to say you liked our videos, please consider subscribing to our channel so that we can make more of these chats, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our videos. All right, so Silicon Valley Girls chat over tea. So that's what we do. We chat over tea.
Yes.
And today we are drinking, what is that?
Ta-da, ta-da, we're drinking mango ginger tea. And this supports a healthy digestive system.
And I like this brand.
Yes, it's by Yogi. It has in it organic ginger root, organic cinnamon bark, organic rubinose, organic organic
licorice.
What is wrong? My tongue.
Licorice.
Which is because I'm thinking that's my girl's favorite.
Yay!
And we have organic fennel seed and organic cardamom, and of course organic mango. So lots of good organic thing, and then natural flavors, organic mango flavor and organic passion fruit flavor.
Well, this is mango, ginger, so
Yeah.
I would expect mango to be on the top of the
It
list.
should be number one.
Should be
Remember,
number
like
one.
we've been teaching you, you look at it from highest to lowest volume, starting at the top.
Yep, exactly.
So where's that mango?
Where is that mango? It's at the bottom, but
Yes.
we've had it seeping.
Yes. We hope it's going to have seeped really good. We hope.
Let me smell it.
Let's see.
Oh, that does smell good.
Oh,
Very fruity.
yes, I can smell the passion flower.
The passion flower.
That's amazing. Because when you're reading the ingredients, and I was like,
Passion flower. Is that going to make us more passionate?
hey.
Let's do it. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. It tastes just like it smells.
Yes.
It's very good. I'm trying to figure out what taste am I actually tasting.
Well, I know that passion flower is hitting me.
Yep. Doesn't taste much of ginger, I must say. Maybe it's the passion flower with a slight tint of mango.
Yeah.
But I like it.
I do
Very
too. Good. It's very good and it's very warm. It warms me. I love that.
Yes.
So, let's get going. As always, our thoughts and prayers go out to the whole human race. We are at such a pivotal time, and we'll talk a little bit more about it later on when we talk about the climate. We have got to learn how to coexist. We have got to learn how to stop being so critical of one another and to just learn how to live in love, because that's the most important thing. And whenever you're around someone who's making their transition as they're passing, you'll never hear somebody say, "Oh, I wish I would have bought that house, or I would have bought that." It's all about, I wish I would have spent more time with my loved ones. So let's try and open up our hearts and be a little bit more compassionate as we go through our chat today. So, as we promised, we're not going to drop the earthquake information from Israel and Syria. So the latest update was an aha moment. So I think it was the second day they pulled a baby out of the rubble, and they thought the mom must be, the mom must be down under there. They thought she was deceased. They pulled out other bodies. They don't have time to do DNA or anything like that because they have 50,000+ loss of lives. So they took the baby and they started, they were shocked that the baby had no physical issues.
Right.
So they took the baby to the hospital and they decided to do a DNA test. And you're not going to believe this. That baby has been, just kind of at the hospital. They renamed her because they didn't know her name. They call her Miracle Baby.
Right.
And 54 days has gone by, and they found her mom. She's in the hospital.
So what was the DNA testing? What did they find from that?
Oh, you know how when you go in to have a baby and things like that, they do all kinds of blood tests and
Right.
So the hospital did her DNA, and then they did like a search against the database to see if they could find a match.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then they found a match, and they found out that where the mom was in the hospital in Budapest recovering, and they took her baby.
Oh, so nice.
I mean, so
what a nice reunion.
Yes, it's such a blessing.
I would have lost hope after a few days.
54 days.
54 days. That's.
I mean, I would have.
Nearly 2 months. I would have said, forget it. My baby's gone.
Yeah, I mean, and you would have just had to deal with the grief. Whereas now she gets to deal with her baby, and her baby's name is Vitin.
Beaten?
Yeah, Vitin. Vitin.
So miracles happen.
Yeah. So miracle baby or Vitin, baby Vitin, you know, what a blessing that you survived.
Yeah, I love it. Great story.
Okay. Have you been watching American Idol? Because we've been watching American Idol. I tell you, I love when you can evolve from a position of a scripted. Everything you do is scripted. You know, I used to always think sometimes, you know, when Paula and Simon would go at it, I knew Simon was just being rare, and Paula would be like, "You're not going to talk to me that way." You know, there was always that battle.
And it got to a point where it was so obvious what they were going to say to each other. It was, like you said, it
seemed
kind of scripted.
Yeah. Now these coaches, Lionel Richie, Luke, what is Luke's last name?
Luke
Bryant, and Katy Perry. They are showing their personalities, and they are, I mean, before, if you were singing and you hit, that's it. They just march you off to the side. Now they're like, come on, we know it's in there, bring it out.
Come on, bring it, you've got it, come on.
Yes.
And I love it because, yes, auditions are great.
Yes.
It goes to show you what kind of people are auditioning. But what I love the most is Hollywood Week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's evolved from where they used to have like groups.
Yes.
And you see all the nightmares and traumas overnight,
people
what happened.
going to sleep, trying to do choreography.
And people arguing and crying. But now it's down to just duets.
Yes.
And I love it because they get to pick their own partners.
Yes, who they want.
And there are some really amazing, amazing duets that came out. I was I'm like so excited. I can't wait till the next show. I really
think that American Idol, hear us, you should figure out how to record these songs and put them on Apple Music or Spotify
or something.
You know, whatever.
They were amazing. And then what I really loved about this season is they brought back the old timers from way back when, like Justin Guarini, Clay Aiken, Jordan Sparks, Philip Phillips.
Yes.
And they all, so what happened was, if you didn't see it, was that each contestant had to decide what they were going to focus on, right? On the individual rounds. Was it confidence?
Right.
Was it stage presence?
Right.
Was it songwriting? And there was one other one, stage presence, confidence, songwriting, and one other one, I forget. But each of the old American Idol contestants came back and specialized. So confidence was Clay Aiken.
Mm-hmm.
Then stage presence was Jordan Sparks. Philip Phillips was songwriting, and I don't know what, Justin Guarini was presence, I think.
Right.
Presence, that's what it was. And I really loved it because from when they first sung the song to, let's say, Justin Guarini, it sounded completely different.
Yes.
And then they would give them these like mentor them and give them tips and tricks on how to improve themselves. And then when they got on stage, oh my Lord, it tasted. It sounded so different, like a different person. They really did achieve what they set out to do.
And I love how when they started with the duet selections, they allowed the platinum 4 to pick someone of who they wanted.
Right.
Now Elijah, he picked Lucy. I mean, and it was just amazing, the blending of their voices, the song. You know, he was really cute because he had a good voice. He knew he had a good voice, but he had problems with stage presence. Lucy was all out there, and she was like, "Come on, we got this." And I love the back and forth of the performers. That one was
that was amazing.
Yes.
Another one that stood out to me was Oliver Steele and Iam Tongi.
Yes.
He was the guy, I think he's from Samoa, isn't
Yes.
he?
Yes.
He's from one of those islands, Samoa
and
Islands.
those both had the dad connections.
Yes, and you know what blew me away was how I can't believe. I mean, it really hit me when he said that his dad gave him the guitar.
Yes.
And it broke, so he couldn't perform with
And
his
that, well,
guitar.
they told him, you can't use the guitar.
Right.
And they did this just before he came out. Now, he has a beautiful voice, but he was just so emotional.
He really was, and I actually thought his voice, I mean, Oliver Steele's voice was good, but I thought that Iam's voice was so clear, so just effortless,
Right.
that I loved it so much, and I really hope he goes far.
Yes.
Because he really connects with his soul, the words, and everything. It just seems so
Yes.
effortless. That's what I love, when
Yes.
people sing and it sounds effortless.
Yes. Yes. There was a duet of Matt and Elsie. Now, Matt walks up to Elsie and he's like, "So sing for me." And they were laughing because, Katy Perry's like, "He made you audition?" And she says, "Yes, he did." But the two of them, that song could hit the radio right now.
She has a very,
Very.
it's just very, like, soothing, her voice.
Yes.
She really knows. I mean, you would not think a voice like that will come out of such a petite person, right?
Yes.
But she's very put together, and
Yes.
she sings like she's put together.
Yes.
So I hope they go far, those
Yes.
two. And then who else do you have? I
I have Zachariah
Zachariah
and Isaac.
Who are
They were the two guys that the guy from Walmart that has his hair up in the little bun thing, and then the other guy, and they couldn't get the lyrics. Remember, they had their phones in their hands.
Yes,
you
they
know-
were the ones that sung. What did they sing? They sung "I'm Still Standing"
Yes.
by Elton John.
Yes.
And it was hilarious.
Yes.
Hilarious. And
And it would the good part was, like we were saying, the previous judging process, they would have just sent them home.
they would have said, "Forget it. You don't
Yeah.
know the words. You're out."
Yeah, because they had their phones and they're like, Lionel's like, wait, ho, and Katie's like, hold on, so they made them stop, and she's like, just do it. So they put the phones away, and they didn't. And I mean, they were singing things like, "I don't know the lyrics, but I'm singing. Ha ha. I don't know this, but I'm doing it." Ha,
Yeah, and the funniest thing was when Katy Perry said, "Hold on, are you making a phone call?"
That's
was
right. Yeah,
cracked me
because
up.
she was
Are you
like,
making a phone call?
"Why do
Who
you have your
who
phones?"
are you calling?
Yes.
But that's true telling of their
Yes.
nature, how they've
Yes.
changed. They allowed them to sing even though they didn't know the
Yeah,
lyrics.
and they put them through to the next level.
Yeah, so I love that.
Yes.
And then the other ones, real quick, I
Okay.
have is this one here. The guy that had autism, Aiden Boyer.
Yes.
He ended up not being
Alone.
able to find someone to do the duet with. So then someone from the production crew said to everyone, "Well, we have someone that is not paired up with someone, so we're going to have one trio, right?
Right.
Would anyone like to volunteer to have him in your group?" And nobody initially, and all of a sudden the hand goes up, and it's her name is, I have to write this down because it's Jaina Elisa. That's what it was. Jaina Elisa and Summer Joy. They're the ones that took him in, and they were so nurturing
And
so
patient
loving.
with him. Yes.
And they sung "I'm Still Standing" as well from
Yes.
Elton John. And it cracked me up because they're singing it,
Yes.
and everyone's getting down. And all of a sudden they pan the camera to Isaac Brown, and he's grooving and moving. And I'm like, yeah, this is how you do "I'm Still Standing."
That's right. Yeah. I mean, they knew that they were, suspect, but it was just
It
really
was nice
cute.
that they all supported each other.
Yes.
And then the last one, oh my God, they need to be a duet together and have a concert, is Annie and Pager. The girl that has that shrieky voice.
Yes.
But then when she
When she
sings,
sings.
it's amazing. I just love the
It
fact
was
that
like you were at a Broadway
yes.
play watching them, and and
They knew, they said at the beginning, what do the judges want?
yes,
They
yes,
want to put on a show, and a show they gave. Now, I'm going to tell you, everyone, please go and Google that, because I'm sure it's on
yes.
YouTube, on the, somewhere out
everywhere.
there. It's everywhere, because that was a showstopper
Yes.
like no other. And didn't Katy Perry, or one of the judges, say, even if you don't make it through, we'd like you to be a duet together.
That's right. You should go forth as a duet. That's how well they synced up.
They meshed together
Yeah.
so well. That's why I love it, because the standard of these duets were
Yeah.
above and beyond this season.
Yeah.
And it's very memorable, because a lot of times I won't remember after the duets happen.
Right.
I'll be, I don't
Yeah.
remember them that much. They're
Right.
not memorable, but
These
so many duets were memorable.
Yeah, they got a lot more talent, and I was so happy. There are two single moms, Fire and Lucy. Both made it through.
Well, did the Lucy make it through? I think she left, right? Didn't she? So I have to leave.
No, Lucy is the one, the black girl that was singing with one of the platinums.
Lucy. Oh, Lucy.
Yeah,
I was
Lucy
thinking about
is a single
Fire.
mom.
Fire and
is
her,
the one that
her duet lady.
Yeah.
She was a blonde, short hair. She left.
Right, but then the same girl that took on Aiden as part of the trio went and sang with her.
Yes.
And even though she was emotional and she was crying,
Elisa, yes.
she still made it through.
This girl, Jana Elisa, watch out for her.
Yeah.
I really
Very
like her.
Sweet. I mean, because she's up there and she's like, you can do it. Everything's okay. It's okay. I got you. Everything's. I mean, and
she's the one that put her hand up to accept Aiden Boyle into that trio.
And she, without her, I don't think Fire would have made it to the next level, but because she was there. And Katy Perry was sobbing because it wasn't about me. It was about who can I help.
And they really did you notice that even though some of the singers were not good, they put them through because of their compassion towards the other contestants within their group.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So I'm really enjoying this season so far, and I'd like you to comment.
Yeah, let us know what you think down below.
Yeah, we love it. And anything else to say about American Idol?
Nope, that's it. We got to move on.
That's it.
We're behind the clock right now. So Jeremy Renner did an interview with Diane Sawyer. I've seen quite a few of the clippets, but I didn't see the full thing.
No, she didn't. They didn't show the full thing. It's going to be airing
tomorrow night or something.
Tomorrow night, and I wrote it down so I remember. It's to everyone. 10 p.m. Eastern, and if you miss that, it's going to go straight to Hulu and Disney Plus.
Yeah. The one thing that I always love when someone is kind of caught off guard and the emotions. And she said that someone asked him, he was in all the pain and everything, would he do it again? And he said, absolutely. Because his nephew's life meant that much to him.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
That's amazing. So it's called Jeremy Renner, the Diane Sawyer interview, a story of terror, survival, and triumph. That's what it's called if you want to do a search for it.
Yes. So, and once we watch it, we'll talk about it.
I'm going to be recording it. I'm definitely going to be recording it.
Oh, I love it. So, have you started seeing the new little snippets about the Barbie movie? Some of it is just like, I think the characters or the actors that are playing the character Barbie and Ken are just the expressions on their face. I think back to, like my Barbie doll and my Ken doll, and I used to play with them, and, and I have them together and I go, you love each other. And it's really funny. There's a part where they're just having a conversation. And you're just like when she takes her shoes off, her feet are formed because her feet are formed. So it's going to be a very interesting.
So who is the actress then? The guy is Gosling guy,
yes,
Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Who is the woman?
She, what's her name? Mara.
I don't know who it is. Let me see. I think I may have written it down
She
somewhere.
she's done a lot of great movies.
Yeah,
she's in right now because of everything going on in politics. She did the movie about the behind scenes at Fox News. She plays one of the characters in that, where one of the women that was harassed.
Okay, so I'll have to find out who it is.
Yes, I think it's like Mario Rubio or something like that.
And then we have these other famous people in the movie as well. Helen Mirren is one of them. Will Ferrell,
Yes.
America Ferrera.
Yes.
So we're going to see some like cameos from these other famous actors and actresses. But I know that you're saying you're not sure if you want to go and watch it. But I'm actually might want to go and watch it because it seems, I mean, you know what? Going into it, it's not going to be something that's going to get an
Right.
Oscar award or
Right.
anything.
Well,
but
you
it's
never
just-
know. I mean, sometimes people can just be really, really good. It's just, I think movies like this are really good when you have a little one to take that's
Oh.
played with the Barbie doll because
Yeah.
the expressions.
I would like to go and see it, and I never played with Barbie dolls because in England we didn't have Barbie dolls. We had
Aw.
something similar called a Cindy doll, but they
Right.
didn't have blonde hair, had brunette hair.
Oh, okay.
So this is called a Cindy doll in England.
In England.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, are you going to check it out? Comment below. Let us know. What do you think? Are you excited to see it? You got your doubts, your reservations? Or are you just all in excited?
And you're going to take someone. Who
Yes.
you're going to take?
Let us know.
Your kids' friends.
Yes. So this week is Holy Week. And Holy Week in Jerusalem is usually the symbolism that leads up to Easter, Passover to Easter, where the crucifixion of Jesus, all of that. And this year marks an amazing time because it's a rare overlap of Easter, Passover, and Ramadan.
Yes.
So therefore, Christians, Jews, and Muslims are all going to Jerusalem. Only 3 times in a century will Easter fall at the same time as Passover and Ramadan. And this year happens to be one of those, to celebrate and worship. I mean, when I first heard that, I thought to myself, that is amazing, especially with all the unrest in the world.
Yeah, it really is.
Because if you can all coexist in Jerusalem right now, why can't we all walk out of Jerusalem and coexist going forward? That's what I want.
Exactly.
I want us to live that collaboration. And I always say, before all the craziness started happening in the world, I always wanted to go to Jerusalem to walk on that land, to feel the presence of where Jesus walked. And the square where he, there's a part where they take and they put in vendors, and he's like, this is my Father's house, and he throws the tables over because he's so upset that they've turned it into a marketplace, and it is the home, and by his meaning, the home of God, and it should not be for selling and all of the things that they were doing. So and when they panned it, they do, it's still a marketplace. They have like a souvenir shop. So
oh, wow.
while you're there, you can buy things that are symbolic of what you've seen. But such an amazing, amazing time. And as you all know, the Pope has been a little ill, and he did service on Friday, and my understanding is his full intention to do Easter Sunday service.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing time for love and compassion. So we also wanted to let you know that we shared with you that Gwyneth Paltrow was being sued by, Terry Sanderson. And the trial is over. Gwyneth won.
I love that.
When she left, she put her hands on Terry's shoulder and she wished him well. So no bad feelings, no animosity. It was just, it was
Well,
just.
she did it because she wanted to let people know that this is not right.
Right.
And I have to fix this and make sure that my side of the story gets told.
Yes.
And someone can't just pull one over just because I'm a celebrity and have the money maybe to pay for it.
Yeah. And she also knew that if she just rolled over, then the next time she's at the grocery store pushing a cart, oh, she hit me with the cart. So she wanted to stop all of that.
It could be any celebrity. Any normal Joe Schmo, Mary Jane, anyone could do this. She wanted to know that celebrities cannot be that easily be sued. Yes.
Yeah. So congratulations on that. And, Terry, good luck, like she said. Good luck. Because the countersuit was for $1. However, it was her legal fees.
And that was a lot of legal fees because she had a lot of digging back behind the scenes stuff that
Yes.
she did, a lot of investigations.
And the graphics and the computerization
Right,
of
right.
of how that possibly could have happened. You know, is there any way that she could have hit him? Did he hit her? Whose skis crossed who? So unfortunately, by losing, you're going to now be out of some money. But I think it teaches everyone a valuable lesson. You know, if it's not wrong, don't pretend it's wrong. The Voice is also very, very different and very, very inspiring this season. And they are in the battle rounds. Every week, I become more and more impressed with Chance the Rapper.
Oh, he's good.
I have seen people and all they say is your vibrato is good, you're singing in your head, you're singing out of your chest, very, 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 very high level feedback. He is telling them, he helps them pick the song. He tells them why he picks the song that he picks. He, tells them, okay, I don't want you to do that. I want you to change this. He is all in. And Niall is also, they're very young, they're very new.
But Niall is also doing a really good job of actually coaching them. He's actually singing how he would like them to sing the songs.
Yes.
And what I really like about this season is that they don't have a celebrity coach with them. So I was like, we were like, where is their celebrity coach? We were waiting for that because everyone's like starstruck as to who
like who's going to be.
Right,
yeah.
But they didn't have them. And this really forces the judges to be like at their best coaching level that they've ever been.
Yes.
And you're seeing more of them.
Yes.
The more they're putting more work into it.
Yes.
And you see how great of a real coach they are now because they don't have the other celebrity to rely on as well.
Exactly. And so the battles that I was like, oh my God, E.G. versus Tasha, they did Tracks of My Tears. Okay, Spotify, come knocking. And they were on Blake's team. And then Chance had Jamar versus Maria. And they did this song, Gravity.
Oh, that was
spectacular.
So good. That was so good. Yes.
So once again, we think that these collaborations could be released. I don't know how much you have to pay for the privilege of singing someone's song. However, I think these songs would go really far.
They should be, because I remember, didn't they say back in previous sessions, it's now you can download it, or was it American Idol? You can now download them on Spotify or something, or
well, no,
iTunes.
It used to be The Voice.
Or it was The Voice. They used to have them on iTunes or something, or what was it?
I just remember that they used to say you can now download this song. Well,
yes, you can now download this.
But I think you had to go to The Voice or something. But they don't talk about that this year, so I don't know why. I do know that they are also the coaches are talking about not just singing, they're working on performers.
Yeah.
So they're setting these people up to be able to walk out of there and have a career, which I thought was just amazing.
So they're doing in each American Idol and in The Voice, they're doing something different. They're actually bringing it up another notch to make it different, which I like.
Yeah, so I like that very much. And let us know, what do you think? Do you like it? Because we like it. So this week, NASA announced the crew for Artemis 2. And that is the crew that's going to be going to the moon. The last time, when we heard those favorite words, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, actually going to the moon, landing on the moon. The crew this time is a combination, which is beautiful, of the United States and Canada.
Oh, nice.
So we have Christina Hancock Koch, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and the Canadian Space Agency astronaut is Jeremy Hansen. Now, this isn't going to happen until later in the year 2024. So there's going to be lots of preparatory work being done, etc. We're just, bringing it up because as time evolves, we'll get to learn more and more about these astronauts. And it's exciting, and then on the other hand, it's like, be careful, because you just never know what's going to happen. But the astronauts are very, very excited, and they don't talk about me. They talk about the opportunity for mankind.
Right, right.
I call it humankind,
Yeah.
because we women are here too. Humankind.
Yes.
So I think it's really a step in the right direction.
Yes, it is. I
So,
love it.
yes. National Walking Day. Do you like to walk?
Yeah, did you know today is National Walking Day?
Yes.
And not only today National Walking Day, but there's a National Walking Month. Did you know that? And May, right next month,
Right.
is National Walking Month.
Wow.
And what a coincidence, because I'm actually involved. I started April the 2nd in a walking challenge, which
Okay.
started. So I have this app, someone invited me on this walking challenge.
Okay.
And I've been doing it, and we're just going about our day, and we're walking and we're tracking. And he has, the guy that invited me has several groups,
Okay.
and I'm in one of them. It has about 6 or 7 people. And it's a challenge.
So do you just meet and go for a walk?
Well, we don't meet because schedules may not
Right.
coincide. But what it is you have the app on your phone, and everyone can have access to that app who's
Right.
part of the challenge, who logs in and signs up. And you see everyone's steps and who's leading and what steps you're doing. And you can actually go in and look at your profile and see how many steps you're doing every day.
That's
So,
wonderful.
and all of a sudden today I hear it's National Walking Day, and next month is National Walking Month.
There you go.
So everybody get your walking shoes on and get
Yes.
some walking done today.
Well, I tell you, Al Roker is a big component of walking, and he is always, when he does this little run, he doesn't run now, he's still recovering. So he kind of walks around the quad. He talks to women, mostly. I haven't seen a lot of men during the segments, about how just adding walking to their lives has improved their quality.
Oh
of
yeah,
life.
for sure. Walking is amazing.
Yes.
So many health benefits in walking.
Yes.
If you want to start with some kind of exercise, this is a great way to do it, because you can start off at your own pace.
Yes.
And then once you get accustomed to doing it, you can build up,
Yeah.
and you can walk more briskly, and you can move your hands. You can get
Yeah.
some weights in your hands and
Yes.
walk with
Little
the weights in
1-2
your
pound
hands.
weights. Yeah.
Yeah, you can even put weights on your ankles when you're walking. They even
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
So there it is.
My sister and I, we started, we weren't couch potatoes, but we weren't much above that. And her fiance had a rare lung condition, and she was like, okay, we're going to walk. We're going to do a 5K. And I was like, we're going to do a what?
A 5K?
A 5K? Are you serious? We did one in San Francisco twice, and we did the one downtown San Jose. So, anybody can walk. And even if you get tired, you'd be surprised if you're walking with friends and they're like, come on now, come on. And San Francisco was hilly. I was like, oh my God, because we walked from like in the center core down to the wharf.
You can walk a lot in San Francisco. San Francisco is a good place to walk.
Yeah.
And quickly, this Saturday there is a 5K walk, run, or you can crawl.
Right.
There's a event, and it's hosted by a company called FitFin.
Oh, okay.
And they're actually giving all the proceeds to the American Diabetes Association.
Nice.
I'm going to put the information below, and it's $25 to register. It's in Santa Clara.
Nice.
It's not too late to register. This Saturday,
Yes.
the 8th of April.
Yeah, and I was wrong. It wasn't lungs because my brain is going back through it. It was kidney. He had kidney, so it was the kidney walkathon that we did. 3 major events. I have my shirts at home from completing the task.
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson. Hey, this is weird because they're coming back again. And this was an issue long time ago, right? Nobody had heard about them. And all of a sudden, they're in the news again because they agreed to pay $8.5 billion.
Mm-hmm.
They agreed to pay $8.5 billion to settle lawsuits claiming that their talcum powder and other talc cosmetics or whatever products they have caused cancer.
Right.
But the company is going to pay this over the next 25 years, which is kind of odd. I don't
Right.
understand why they're paying. Maybe they don't have the funds to pay, or
They don't want to give up the funds all at the same time, probably. You know?
but they're still not admitting
No.
that their products are causing this cancer. So I don't know, because I don't know what happened in the trial or
Right.
what evidence came out.
I mean, and I know women who have had complications associated to talcum powder, and they're like, well, that was 30 years ago. So, and they had a medical procedure, and the doctor said to them, don't be using talcum powder down there, because you know you want everything to be nice and fresh. However, that's not good. So, you know, someone that say they had cancer, but it was 30 years ago, are they part of the suit?
Right, not sure,
Yeah.
but that's what they're doing, and it's come back again. And I'm like, you know, they said this. I remember when it came up in the news, and everyone was saying don't use talcum powder and stuff, but we kept still using it on our babies.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if there was any repercussions on using on our babies. I don't know.
Well, I
Not
think
that I know of.
not that I'm aware of. I know that what we all did is we eased up, you know, because there were times where you would just, you know, like, oh dear God, and you just shake the powder. Wouldn't do that. And then, like, I reached out to my grandmother because my baby had a rash, and all that stuff they were saying wasn't working. And she said, oh, baby, this is what you do. And so she gave me a home remedy. And the first night, half of it was gone the next morning. And I thought, wow. So I think a lot of women just kind of slowed down, but nobody back then thought about sue. You know, we just kind of took it as this is just isolated to me and mine.
Right. I don't know why people are so happy in America, because people from the UK, we are very scared of Americans because we know they can sue left, right, and center.
Yeah.
It's sue country. That's what it is.
And it's sad. That's part of our opportunity to improve, is to slow down on the suing.
Yeah.
You never know. So now, if you know who the Kardashians are, you probably know who a young lady named Black China is, who she put her to rest. She went through a process. She started going to church and she got baptized. And she said she never got baptized as a child. I think she's 34 now, and she got baptized. So she used to have this huge buttocks. It was all fake. And when she was 18, she, you know, I can't remember, she wasn't homeless, but she had home challenges. So she went to work at a strip club. And when she got there, she's like, she looked at all the bodies in there and she thought, I'm not going to make no money. So one of the persons told her, here's a place, you call this number and you're going to go to this house. Now, just to let you know, she's 18 years old. So she had breast implants and then she had butt augmentation. The thing is that it's illegal, because what they did is they just shot it in her.
Wow.
So it's not contained. So it could have went anywhere. It could have got in her lungs and she could have just died. It could have got to her heart. So for her to do this, and then, you know, she kept saying that she kept upping it. You know, she'd go back and get more done. And her name is Angela White. She is so beautiful. I cannot believe she did what she did to her body. You know, like she was a size A cup and she went overnight to a double D. You know, things like that. But that's what she had to do to make the money to take care of herself in her life. She, as Black China, would be paid to go to a restaurant, go to a bar. Now she has had to shift that because she has filmed the removal of all this stuff.
Oh, she filmed it?
Yes.
So what?
So
is there like a documentary with her? Or is it a show that she does?
Well, I don't know what she's going to do yet. She's just now going around talking about the fact that she did it, and she wants to talk to everybody about it. And the one thing I loved is she says, young girls, slow down. Give your body enough time. You know, I've shared with you many times, you know, doing makeup, I'll be doing a demonstration and, you know, a child will come over and the parents are like, oh yeah, just, you know, whatever she wants. And And then, like one time this little girl, and she's like, "Hi, Miss Gloria." I mean, really little girl, okay? And she's like, "I'm so excited, I'm getting new breasts on Monday." And I thought to myself, oh, she's, she don't know what she's talking about. And her mom's like, "Oh yeah, she's getting a boob job." And I thought, oh my God. So I hope that the documentary and the evolution, because I think Angela looks more beautiful with her natural look than she did with all that stuff.
A lot of times you see celebrities, like you see them and they, like, now they've had so much surgery done to them.
Yeah.
But then they show their before pictures and you're like, wow, why did she do something like that? She looks amazing the way she was.
Look at Priscilla Presley.
Oh, she's gone. She looks so good.
Beautiful.
She was in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
And I thought she looked really, really cute in Dallas.
Yeah.
And as she got a bit older, she still looked cute. But all of a sudden, she started to do all this.
Well, she went to a party, a Botox party, and it didn't go right. So just be happy and grateful for what you've got. And, if you can stay away from all of the fillers and things and, because like even Sunny, oh my God. So Joy on The View, she's always talking about I get all kinds of fillers, but Joy's like 80 some years old. So that's okay. She's just she's on television. And it's not like she gets tons and tons. It's just to fill her face out. But now Sunny's like, oh yeah, I don't mind. She said, I had Botox earlier this week. And I'm like, why?
Sunny doesn't need, but I don't know.
She just had a breast reduction and
that was for something else.
Yeah,
her breast reduction.
But they always say that this is addictive. Because even Black China was like, you start, I'm sorry, Angela. I'm gonna quit calling you that other word. Angela White.
Yes, that was the same. It reminds me of Courtney Cox did the same thing. She came out and said that she'd done way too much, and I wish someone had stopped me.
Yes.
And then she stopped doing it, and then you can see the before and afters, and she looks pretty good before.
Yeah, and if you look at Angela when she was a little girl, because I always thought her lips, because her top lip is really big, was injections. She had those lips when she was a child.
So I don't know
she
why
was already
she thought
beautiful.
She needed it. That doesn't make sense. Yeah,
I know. So, do you know anything about this conversation we're having? If so,
we'd like to know. Continue the conversation. Let us know what your feelings are.
I am so proud of the children of Nashville. After the recent mass shootings, they feel like enough is enough. I mean, I don't understand how a parent can say the right to bear arms is more important than my child being able to go to school. Do you know our children now, randomly, at least once a week, sometimes once a day, has to drop and roll in preparation of a possible shooter? I mean, the worst thing we had to worry about was, somebody saying your hairstyle was ugly. I mean, we did not have to worry about.
We worried about earthquakes in California. We had to do the earthquake drill.
Right.
Or the worst was people in the hallways in high school punching each other. That's all I remember. One time someone punched someone, some blood. It was a bit bloody, but that was it. Now you're like, there's metal detectors in high schools.
Yes. And even though they have them, we still have some areas where they're not as well prepared. Some schools are not as well prepared.
Right.
So children are starting to protest and they're walking out because the children are the ones who are going through this. And let me tell you something. Some of these children are just going to be 18 in 2024. And these people pretending that we need an AR-15 are going to get their hands handed to them. The adults may still continue to, oh my God, I have to have my gun. However, I think our children are done with this and they want it to stop. Do you want it to stop? Comment below. Let us know.
And then the teacher of the school that the girl went into to shoot the six kids, the
three adults and the three kids.
One of the adults was the principal of the school. Her funeral is today.
Yes.
So.
I mean, just sad times.
It's very, very sad.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone, associated with Nashville, the mass shootings, and we just hope everything's going to
Just pray that
Yeah.
we don't turn on the news again and there's
Yes.
another mass shooting in another school.
Yes. The coronation of King Charles. Are you going to watch? Are you excited? My $64 million question, since it's little Archie's birthday, is Harry and Meghan going to travel to the UK for the coronation?
I have a feeling that they will, just out of duty, because
Mhm.
it's their father.
Mm-hmm.
But do they really want to? Maybe not so much,
Yeah.
but they'll do it. And I'm not sure if, I don't know, maybe because it is the birthday,
Right.
boy's day, it's,
Right.
I don't know if they're going to bring him or not.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll bring the children. And also, did you notice the announcement, the save the date, and then the actual?
Yes.
She's not Queen Consortium anymore. She's Queen.
She's Queen Camilla.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't understand why they
And,
changed it.
But the thing is, and I'm like, from a historical perspective, I've never heard of a, I hate to say the words, but a home wrecker. It's like it's like whatever you did, it doesn't matter anymore. Yet they can't do the same for Prince Harry.
Right.
I mean, Prince Harry is blood. She just married into it, and there seems to be a more tolerance of her than there was.
Yeah,
of
I'm
him.
really not sure what was the change of heart. Why they
Right.
decided to now call her Queen
Right.
instead of. Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel it's wrong. I
Yeah.
don't like that. That doesn't.
It
I
doesn't
never
feel
really
right.
liked- To me, I never really liked Camilla. I
Yeah.
mean, since she's been married to Charles, she's kind of laid low. She really
Right.
hasn't, but she does. Well, obviously, there's occasions where you see her on TV,
Right.
like events, big events. She's there, but what is it that gives her the privilege to be called Queen
Yeah.
now? I don't understand.
And if King Charles passes, is she in charge, or does it go to William?
I don't know.
Now that she's a queen, she's not a consortium queen. She's the
right.
queen.
That's what I was. That's what came into my mind
Yeah.
when I saw the invitation, Queen Camilla. So it's big question there. I'm not really sure. I have to do some more research as to why the change of heart into her name. But
Yeah.
we'll do some more research, and if we find anything, we'll let you know in one of our future chats.
Absolutely. So, we're still going through major weather issues. Last week we had a situation where it was just raining, and then all of a sudden it started to get dark, and we're like, okay, what does that mean? It looked like it was 5 o'clock when it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. In the middle of our country, they're being plummeted with, these massive tornadoes. And now we've got the snow because it's cold. So you got the wind, the rain that turned into snow. The snow, I was saying they're the size of, golf balls. And Rosetta said, no, tennis balls.
Tennis balls. Ginger Z on Good Morning America said they're size of tennis balls, and you saw them.
Yes.
They were big.
They're
I was
huge.
like, when I was growing up in the UK, we had big hail.
Right.
Like, we couldn't get out our car because
Right.
it was dangerous enough.
Right.
We had to
Yeah, 'cause
sit
it hits
in the
you.
car, it
Yeah.
hits you, and you get injured.
Yeah.
Could you imagine tennis ball size hail coming down?
Yeah.
You'd be sent to the hospital.
Yeah. I mean, so just imagine the next time you look at a little ice cube, and imagine that ice cube getting bigger, and just feeling the weight of it. That would hurt.
Yeah, that does hurt. That
That
really
would hurt.
does. That really, really does. And there was 10 tornadoes reported in
Yes.
Iowa recently.
Yeah.
10, not just one or two,
Yeah.
but 10.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, situations where properties are just devastated. And one of the local places, I think it was Iowa, the tornadoes went through and then they came back through. So as the people are attempting to clean up from the last one, here we go, there's another one. So I know people keep saying it's only weather. I think this is a bit
It's
more
not,
than weather.
because we're in April now and it's spring,
Yeah.
and we should not be having this weather. This weather should be something that was dealt with last year
Yeah.
in the winter, not
Yeah.
now when it's springtime.
I mean, you wake up in the morning and there's like, you might get a high of 41. However, with the wind, the chill factor, it feels like it's 32.
It is cold out
It is
there.
cold.
And the wind, it's breezy. It's not
Yeah.
even a nice wind.
No, it's cold. So we're all going through this, and we're always talking about what can we do? How can we make it better? So here in California, with all the rains that we've been experiencing and the winds, we have trees toppling. And one of the things to do to protect and nurture the environment is trees. I think, Governor Newsom, there should be an assessment of the trees in California, especially trees in neighborhoods that are 20, 30 feet high, leaning, that, since we need our government to prune those trees and put new viable trees in their place. It's not just about cutting down a tree. It's making sure, because when the tree falls, it's taking out one or two homes, and in the spirit, one of the things that I notice is it would be really good if we could go back to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Those are three things that we were on our way pre-COVID. I remember during COVID, you couldn't go in the grocery store and get a plastic bag. There were no plastic bags to be seen. And now the plastic bags are back.
Oh, you're seeing plastic bags? I'm not seeing plastic bags. I'm seeing paper.
Yeah. No, it depends on where you are, what store you're in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they're back. And I'm like, why do we have plastic bags?
Why do we even need to give bags to anyone? Why can't people just bring their bags?
I used to let them take my groceries and put them in my cart, and then I'd take the cart to my car, and I would bag them
up,
and
bag them in your car.
And I think we need to go back to that, because when we see the babies in the ocean, they're still being devastated by plastic. So we're going to continue to, so our recommendation now is, when you go to the grocery store, take your own bags. It's easy to just say, okay, I'll take a bag, because if you don't get the bag, they act like they don't know how to put your groceries in the cart anymore. But it's okay, you can do it, you'll survive. But let's try and get back to where we were headed with the paper, because that's important.
Yeah. And I think that the reason why people buy paper or whatever bags they have and they forget this, because they're like, oh, it's only 10 cents.
Yes.
So that's the thing. They should up it to 25 cents.
Absolutely. Then people will be going, that's all right, I got my own bag. I mean, I carry 2 or 3 bags in my purse.
I have
a
car full in the back. I have one bag, and I shove all my reusable bags in there and make sure I have it every time I go shopping.
There you go. So what do you do? Share with us what you do. So, things are still, in flux here in California. We have certain areas where there's no COVID, and then there are other places where people are still getting COVID. The discussion right now is to repeat that second booster, the bivalent vaccine. The recommendation is to wait 4 to 6 months since the last one that you had. And initially, it's not necessarily for young people. It's more for seniors or people who have compromised immune systems or health concerns. So just keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll just continue to let you know what's going on. It's just about being cautious and careful. And if you're around somebody and you don't know them, put your mask on. If you hear someone and you know that wet, raspy cough, you know what I'm talking about, put your mask on and step back.
Exactly.
Yes. So, once again, it has been our pleasure to share this information with you. We want you all to know that we feel the love in the room. We send it back out to you. And we hope you will go out and have a wonderful, blessed day.
Yes, have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone, so much. Hope you liked our chat over tea. We loved our tea. The mango ginger, Yogi. Yep.
Yes.
And we hope you drink tea as well. And don't forget, please hit the thumb icon. For more chats, we'd like you to subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Thank you, everyone, so much. Take care. And we are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
And remember to always keep smiling.
Bye-bye.
Bye.